All right, we have this figure here, and we're told that this triangle ABC is an isosceles right triangle. So isosceles right triangle means that um, two of the sides are the same, and you have a 90-degree angle. So here's the 90-degree angle, and these are the sides that are the same. Okay, so the side lengths are the same. We're also told that D is the midpoint of this semicircled BDC. Okay, so that's the midpoint. And that BC is the diameter of that semicircle. Okay, and okay, so we're also told that AB and BC are 10. So those are the legs of this isosceles right triangle. So this is 10, and this distance here is 10. And I'm actually going to write it as 5 and 5, because it's also a radius of the semicircle, right? So we're told this is a diameter. So the radius, the radii of the circle are 5. So I could actually draw this in here. This is also 5. And this distance here is 5 from here to the midpoint. Okay. And we're supposed to find the area of this shaded region. And we can write our answer in terms of pi. Okay, so that just means we don't have to multiply out 3.14159 and, whatever. We can just write it in terms of pi. So, all right. Well, there's probably a number of different ways that you could break up this figure and add up the areas, okay? Because you really have to kind of break it down. And the way that I found was the easiest is if I draw a line across here connecting B and D, okay? So I'm just drawing a line in there. Then I get a triangle here. It's this obtuse triangle right here. Maybe let's see, maybe I'll highlight it with some pink here. So this obtuse triangle here. Okay? And if we consider this to be the base, okay, this right here, then the height is actually this 5. Okay? And we can find the area of this obtuse triangle taking this to be the base and this to be the height. So 1/2 times 10 times 5 would be the area of that triangle. Okay, and that gets us partway there. And then we would just have to figure out what this area here is. Okay, that little sector in there. So, and we can actually figure that out too. Let me draw it separately from the figure. It's a little easier to see. So we have, this is 5 and this is 5. So this is like this triangle here is another isosceles right triangle. Okay, so we got 2 radii. One's part of this diameter here, and one goes straight across to the midpoint of the arc. Okay, and so we have 5 and 5. And so we have a triangle like this. So there's an isosceles right triangle. And then it's also like a quarter circle. So let me sketch that in here. Okay? So if we were to take the quarter circle, which is just 1/4 of pi r squared, and we know r, so 1/4 pi r squared, which is 25, and so that's the quarter circle. And if we subtract out this triangle, the 3, 4, 5 triangle, if we subtract out 1/2 base, which is 5, and height, which is 5, we will end up with this area right here. Okay, which is what we would like to add on to this triangle over here to get our shaded area. Okay, so let's figure out what we got here. Let's see, we'll just write this as 25 pi over 4 minus 25 halves. Okay, so that's our answer in terms of pi. That's just this area of this little sector here. Okay, so now I can take this obtuse triangle and add to it the 25, whoops, that's supposed to be a 5. I guess I could have made that a 5. 25 pi over 4 minus 25 over 2. Okay? And this right here, this is just 25, right? Oops. So that's 5 times 5. So we end up with 25 minus 25 halves. Okay? So that gives us 25 halves. Alright? So we have 25 halves. Okay, combining these two terms. And then we still have this 25 pi over 4. Okay? So that's our answer, essentially. There's a number of different ways we could write that. I kind of like if I take out 25 fourths, okay, and factor that out, I end up with 2 plus pi. I kind of like that. But either one of these answers is correct. Okay? So there's your answer, written in terms of pi. So we could calculate this all out. We could, take 2 plus 3.14, so that's 5.14, and then multiply it by 25 and divide by 4, and get an answer. I didn't do that, so I'd have to get a calculator out to figure that out. But we weren't asked for that. We just want the answer in terms of pi. So there you go.